everyone, it is me, Dukect Live, here on the Dukect Lounge. Phone number to join me, Dukect, it is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444, and the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Thank you for listening to me live, not only on TalkShoe.com, but also on my little blog spot, little website at Dukect Productions at blogspot.com. Thank you so much for listening to me live here on TalkShoe and on Dukect Productions at dukectproductions.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for listening to me, Dukect. If you're not listening live, how dare you? It's great stuff out there. It's the greatest live podcast ever. I don't know why you're not listening live, but you also are probably listening to me on my YouTube, Blip, Screw Attack, Facebook, that guy with the glasses, forums, and what have you. You know, all the other good stuff. So anyway, I'm everywhere and nowhere. Okay, let's get this shindig started now, shall we? Okay, let's get this big thing out there right here, right now. There's supposedly Triple H is angry. Yes, Triple H is mad. Why is he mad? Well, he's mad because, the ending of this week's Monday Night Raw. Now, I didn't watch a single second of Monday Night Raw, basically because I think the whole show is completely garbage, and I think the entire storylines are completely crap, and on all the show is not really interesting, and nothing really watchable these days. But supposedly, there's video right here, video supposedly for it. Let's see, I'll put the link in the description. Hopefully they will hopefully keep this up. As basically, in the video I have in the description, this guy at around 1 minute and 5 seconds, the ringside crew gives Triple H a headset, and he's going off on that person on the headset. The reason why he's going off is because, well, let's see, at the heavily impact, the whole timing issues. Like, supposedly, when the Shield came out at the end of Raw, at the whole Big Show lawsuit ending finale, which sets out, it's basically setting up Big Show versus Randy Orton at Survivor Series. Which, by the way, I'm sorry, but if you're a Big Show, why would you settle? I'm serious. You are basically going to own the company. You're going to own the company outright, and probably you have the more power than Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. In fact, you will be even bigger than the face of the WWE. You will own the damn company. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that will be a lot more worthy than just be basically a guy on the roster and you basically hold the championship, another WWE championship run. I know it's important, but honestly, why not just do both? Basically be the face and just have like a Triple H type schedule and just say, you know what? I have my millions and billions of dollars. Now run the company and make Triple H do, stupid things like, Red Jester's suit or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I honestly would not even think of giving up my huge multi-million windfall just to get a regular run-on-one match with Randy Orton or what have you. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, the Shield. Anyway, when the Shield came out at Raw, when the Shield came out right back on Monday Night Raw, the show was going to commercial, and Triple H was supposedly really upset. He was seen dropping an F-bomb, which the video, I didn't see him do the video. I was pretty far away from the ring, with the video I have. Yeah, it's in the description. And hopefully I will download the video before WWE takes it down and put it up on the Daily Motion or something if it does get to that situation, because I want y'all to see this video. Because this video right there doesn't really see Triple H going that visually upset. Maybe he's hiding it. But, yeah, he does grab a headset, and he looks like he is talking to someone at the other end. Because he is, that's what the report says, that he was very frustrated because of the whole pacing of the whole final segment, which I did see on the WWE's YouTube channel. It's high, and it looks, well, honestly, I didn't really care for it. And supposedly, the whole scheduling of the show was just mismanaged. It was behind schedule. The whole show was behind schedule by several minutes at that point. Somebody in production, Vince McMahon or Kevin Dunn or whoever, sent the Shield out to ringside as a cue for commercial. Triple H was upset because they cut Big Show before Big Show could be told that he was getting a WWE title shot against Randy Orton at Survivor Series. And supposedly, Raw went over 5 or 6 minutes longer than scheduled. I mean, seriously, if they've been doing this for so many years now at this point, that to me is really, really, really unprofessional. It just feels like really unprofessional. And that the WWE would have this type of thing going on. And you can just see, honestly, everything looked at that main event, even when it was highly edited, it just seemed really, really badly. I know they edited it pretty well on the YouTube channel, but I haven't seen the full show yet. Is that people, when I looked and talked to, it felt like the show was really, really just disjointed. As I could watch it live, it felt really disjointed and really out of place. Because when you say the WWE is good or bad or not, most of the endings and most of them, or what have you, always seem to be very concise, very produced, very just like this, that, and the other. But this just seems really, when you look at this, it looks, I don't know, just maybe it's a system of a very big problem, because WWE has had not really good production values as of late. I mean, you had the pay-per-view fiasco of them going out of power and then having going out, losing the feed. I think one of the pay-per-view, I think it was Battleground, right? I think it was Battleground. Yeah, it was Battleground that had a huge type of production error there, and then you have this thing going on, and not only that, but you have people who are upset at the main event storyline that's going on now. They're pissed off with Daniel Bryan. He's basically become relegated to mid-card or what have you, and same thing with CM Punk. And it looks like the old guys, like it's the Randy Orton and Big Show, which God forbid it's going to be a terrible match. And it looks like some Survivor Series. It looks like it's going to be a really just bland pay-per-view, which is sad, because when you have a big pay-per-view at this point, something like this, something like Survivor Series, one of the main 4 pay-per-views should not be bland and forgettable. It should be a memorable moment, a memorable pay-per-view. But hey, it could be wrong. But then again, when supposedly there's some rumors though about the whole new the WrestleMania card. Here's supposedly what's going to happen. Supposedly it was supposed to be Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for control of the company, with Austin representing Vince McMahon. Yeah, that was their main plan, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Thank goodness for that. But they're already working with other plans, what have you. You're going to have supposedly Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, which honestly they should have done this last year. This year's WrestleMania instead of that debacle Mania match with Triple H, who didn't need to win. These two guys who had no chemistry, and I truly believe Triple H destroyed every bit of mystique Brock Lesnar had, what have you. You have Ryback versus Goldberg. Ugh. I honestly think the way Ryback being being presented right now, the only way that match would work is Goldberg just spears him, jackhammers him, and pins him for the 1, 2, 3, and Ryback goes away forever. And by the way, going back to the Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, supposedly it will change if the WWE comes to agreement with Sting for the show. Yes, they're still planning for Sting. I just no. Oh God, stop! Sting ain't coming to your WWE. He's good. Stop! It's getting embarrassing himself. Anyway, what else is on the WrestleMania card? Cody Rhodes versus Dustin. Cody versus Dustin, which would be pretty good. I wish that was for the world title, which I think would be a lot better than having John Cena versus random person. And you have Randy Orton versus CM Punk, which supposedly Punk was going to win the Royal Rumble for a title shot, but there was talk. But then supposedly the winner will be the world goes after for the world title, so that gives John Cena something to do. But I don't know. It just seems like Randy Orton and CM Punk will probably main event, which is really pissing me off. That why can't the Royal Rumble winner actually main event the WrestleMania? It seems like they only had out because Cena had to win and had to do the rematch with The Rock. I don't even care anymore. This really is a stupid WrestleMania card. And I'm planning to actually go to this WrestleMania 30, but it's just, I don't know. It really bothers me. But anyway, and by the way, speaking of Vince McMahon and everything else, where was he during this whole Big Show storyline? I mean, as Triple H is the authority, maybe Triple H may be the COO, but Vince is the CEO, the chief operator, the chief executive owner. I mean, he is the big boss. He's the boss. And Vince and Big Show was gonna buy. I mean, he's gonna sue the WWE and take all those $1 million, and he can have control. Where was Vince saying, "Hey, Triple H, settle this lawsuit"? Was he in a cameo? Did they talk about him? It just feels like it was really that's another thing about the storyline, the lack of Vince McMahon. I can't believe I'm saying that, but to me, it would actually be pretty logical. Big Show has this big old lawsuit that could actually, in the end, really change the company the way the company is. And heck, you could really tie into that Vince McMahon not really trusting Randy Orton to be the big guy, and then you have this to put him over the edge and say, "What the hell, Hunter? You in a couple of months of control, you have parents saying refund, and you have the Big Show suing the company. What the hell? I leave for 2 months. Seriously, it's either the wrestlers walking out on you, or the wrestlers trying to sue you. It's crazy. It's crazy. Triple H, what's going on? What's going on? My Vince McMahon impersonation. Yeah, it's terrible, but it just makes no sense. And the WrestleMania stuff doesn't make no sense either. And by the way, it's funny this really interesting little report from Figure 4 Weekly. This is where most of the updates are coming from, the news and notes. Here's something interesting. Regarding to the show-ending heel beatdowns, the way the creative team is explaining it is that if it happens at the end of the show, it makes sense for no babyface to come out to make the save because they already left the building. Even though one of the major babyface charges would have happened a couple weeks ago when Daniel Bryan was fighting Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Consistency. He did a wonderful thing. God, I honestly think creative. I don't even know anymore. This is just stupid. But anyway, stupidity seems to run around in the WWE nowadays. Anyway, I'll be right back right after this. We're going to take a look at some next-gen stuff as well. We're going to take a look at some next-gen stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the Xbone or the Xbox One. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff happening there, and it's been really interesting reports just came out about this. Anyway, I'll be right back right after this here on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back right after this. And we are back live here on the Dukect Lounge. Live. So live. Yeah. Phone number to connect to me, Dukect, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Woo! Woo, boys and girls. Wow, what an interesting little thing. You know what? I'm going to say this. I am so happy that I'm not buying any next-gen consoles anytime soon. Because basically, this story right here, when it comes out, it's just brilliant. Because it's this right here. I'm going to read the title here. This is from news.cnet.com. They're reporting this. I'm just reading the title. And I quote, Xbox One practically unusable without day one update. Let me repeat that. Xbox One practically unusable without day one update. So basically, if you don't have an internet connection, you just bought a $500 brick. A huge $500 paperweight. Stuff like this, it just seems to me that you couldn't get away with this stuff back in the day. You couldn't get this stuff back away to the Xbox. I mean, on the PS2, GameCube, or previous generations after that. It seems like every generation, it seems like we're getting, the shaft keeps getting bigger and bigger. We never had, games before basically just say, sorry, you want to finish the game? Well, you have to have a day one, basically you have to buy this DLC to get the full game, a.k.a., all the stuff like with Catwoman, Arkham City, and all this type of stuff, or stuff like this. It just, and here's the real problem here. And the one thing I really am frustrated by this is that they could have done this. They could have, because they feel like they don't really care about the hubris of these game manufacturers. Hell, we had the same thing too. The Wii U, you had the Wii U last year. You had to have like a 4 update that took like 4 hours just to get the daggone thing working. What's going on here? It just, amazing. You don't have open box save, this sort of thing. Hey, plug in the system, it works. No, it doesn't. You got to wait until like a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's just, and here's the real crazy stuff too. Is that the same thing's going to be for the PS4? They're going to have a day one update as well. It's, you know what? It pisses me off. It pisses me off because there are people who don't have good internet. They still don't have good internet. I am blessed and living in my house or what have you and everything, a home that has really good internet. I'm happy that I have that. But yet there are people in this country, heck, there are people outside this country that don't. They don't have a good internet source. They don't have good Wi-Fi. They don't have a good LAN type stuff for connecting to the internet. They don't. And yet this is the reason the whole black hole, they don't understand. They do not understand that there are people who don't have good internet who are probably going to buy a console and are going to be very frustrated. Of course, personally, I think the whole console scene is going to be really... I truly think Microsoft and Sony, I think they're going to get punched in the mouth badly when this whole thing, when their consoles get out. People are hurting right now. They're still hurting from the economy, and they're still hurting because there's no new jobs. They have all this other stuff, the insurance, everything's going crazy, and they're not going to sit there and spend their recreational money on Xbox One or PS4. Hell, the Wii U is just now, getting a lot better sales. And trust me, this is going to be a long road to hoe. And I think Nintendo's going to win by default again because people are like, you know what? This is going to be, I think it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. They probably have a lot better games, not games, but just it's a lot cheaper. And I think the Xbox One, people are going to be like, you know what? Same thing with the PS4. I think people are going to be like, I can't afford these new next-gen games. And then these next-gen games look just like my 360. They look just like my PS3 games. So why should I sit and play these games? Why should I go out and play these games that aren't really games? Like they feel like, you know what? Why should I go out and play these games? They make no sense. It makes no sense. Why should I go out and play play a game on PS4 that just looks no different than an Xbox 360 game? And don't get it twisted, folks. They might put in some new polygons and all this type of stuff, but at the end of the day, I think they can run on a 360. They could probably run on a 360. I mean, most of these games can and probably could run on a 360. But it's just this arrogance by Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo is that they think that they need these high-end graphic machines, right? I mean, that's what Nintendo, Wii U, what have you, but I don't think a hardcore machine is going to do it because I think Rich from Dukect USA, I'll put a link down there in the description. Dude has like billion subscribers, but check him out anyway. He's really good and smart. Says Nintendo needs to make a hardcore console. I'm like, no, it's really stupid. I think Nintendo's being smart yet again because I think they realize that they put all their money into making the next-gen consoles is that it just feels like they're making like a $500 machine. Basically, you're making a $500 360 or PS3, which basically what Microsoft's doing. They're making a $500, make a $300 or $400 Xbox 360, with a crappy Kinect. With a crappy Kinect bundle. I don't know why Microsoft still wants to go with Kinect. I don't see why. I mean, I use Kinect sometimes, for the Nike workout stuff, but I'm in the minority. I mean, no one cares about Kinect. More often now, people would say, yeah, it's a good idea, but I don't use it, so it's a gimmick and move on. And then you have the PS4. I don't know what move is going to be used, but but you know what I'm saying? It just seems that people, once again, are going to be like, hey, man, I want to buy that new PS4, but you know what? The graphics look just like the same. I don't see the huge difference. And some people, this, that, and the other, they look and say, there's huge difference, this, that, and the other. But there is, at the end of the day, people like myself who aren't really good, like graphic cores or what have you, they can be like, I can just sit back and play my games on 360 and be happy with it. And a lot of people are going to be like, I'm happy being at 360. Hey, but that's just my personal opinion. Of course, I could be wrong. But I don't think that I'm not going. I don't think that people are going to go rush out and buy these consoles. It's going to be it's going to be just really bad. My personal opinion. Anyway, Duke CT here, people, and thank you all for listening to me, the Duke CT Lounge, and I'll be here every Friday night evening, talking to you live. And remember, you can listen to me on YouTube, Blip, Screw Attack, or whatever video sharing sites. And remember, share, like, favorite, do all these things. And if you like this, there's other stuff on my channel you would love to listen to. You can, also, I recently put up 2 of my last review standing episodes on YouTube, and thank goodness they haven't been taken down yet. My Total Divas episode and my Halloween episode. And trust me, the last review standing will be back probably next month for my Red Ribbon reviews. I'm taking a little break because basically the last review standing took a lot out of me. Besides the review, but the editing, dear God, I will never, ever edit 8 straight hours ever again. It is a nightmare. Whew. Drains your soul. Anyway, never do that, people. Never edit anything. If you have a web show or what have you, never do an 8 hours straight edit. It will drain you of every living fiber in your body. Trust me on that. It will. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me, Duke CT. It's Duke CT here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.